Welcome to the School of Sniper Entries episode 2. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you exactly on how to navigate yourself getting sniper entries on the markets. Secondly, I'm going to touch on a very important aspect over here, stop losses and multiple take profits. Many of you have reached out through the comments and said, whenever you would set a sniper entry, you would get it. But maybe when the market pulls back, because you've put your stop losses too close, it ends up kicking you out. Or maybe you put your take profits too further, where the market goes into amazing profits but ends up kicking you out because you don't know how to do that. So I'm going to teach you exactly on how to go about it within a real trade that I took today, CAD Swiss, that's really going to assist you and visualize further this information that I'm communicating right now. So let's jump onto the chart. All right, we are on CAD Swiss franc. I felt like trading currencies today, and that's exactly what we're on. I did get a little bit of insight on this setup via one of the mentorship students who had seen this setup asking something confirmation. And for sure, I also did see it and take this trade. It is supposed to be long term, so this was just a scalping trade that we're taking. And some of you guys who are watching this school of entries, this is not one of the greatest trades that we've took on this channel. We've took better ones that moved better in less time, but I want to teach you something when it comes to psychology just before we can dive in. There's an aspect in trading psychology, we call it representative bias. Now, I've taught this to many of my people, but it simply means that you develop a bias on the market that everything should behave the same way. Setups or days should behave the same way. If yesterday was Monday and now Tuesday, it's supposed to be more liquid. There's no supposed to be on the market. There is no must on the market. The market behaves as it wills, right? And you just gotta be adaptive to the market. But what ends up happening to most of us, that bias does hinder us to a point where we lose on the basis that it should be this way. Yes, we have those days where the market can really flow in a very similar way, but does not mean that the other day is going to be exactly, or a trading setup like this one. I've traded similar things, but it's not behaving the same way. Hence, we adapt every time we're on the markets. Okay, now let's just go into the technical analysis of this without wasting any further time on how I really really confirm this trade. Now, I do what we call top-down analysis in such a way where I go to the daily, H1 in 15 minutes. Okay. If you're looking for a full insight of that, I have created a Forex approach checklist for those of you who really can't afford mentorship or who really are good at trading, but just want something to predefine for yourselves, that predefines your actions, that really sets you to say, oh, this is 1 and 2 and 3. I've done it. Therefore, I'm going to take an entry on the basis of this confluence. If that is you, then you can contact us for our checklist. I will avail it there in the comment section. It does come with a small fee, as I said in the last video. It's a fee that it is worth something that you guys probably buy a McDonald's meal with, okay? But nevertheless, let's go in here. So we're on the daily right here. I didn't zero much into structure. I was just seeing the supply over here on the daily. Okay, so this supply, usually what we call it on our end, we call it rejection order block, where we just take the rejection of candlesticks, we throw it across, and it usually just reacts off nicely. It's still going to react the long-term trade, but I'm going to take what the market gives me day by day. So then going into the 4H over here, we can clearly see what now it stands as. It's still a rejection order block because there's no really order block over here. It's just that rejection that now stands across and stretches across. As you can see, it is a far-fetched zone. Therefore, this is now a very good swing trade that we can notice. Now, we can see here that we have a very good congestion of price, for a lack of a better word. Now, we can now mark that as a supply. Remember, I want the supply to have a rally, base, and a drop. Those of you who have not taken any of our free smart money classes, I have them on this channel, just search through. It's not long ago that I've done it. So a good supply has a rally base, what you can see, and a drop. And of course, you stretch that across, and the market has actually pulled that into that. I've traded such. Now, could I just say, yeah, as you can see, the market did sell off that and started pulling back here. So what I do usually, I wait for the market to actually react to the zone, sell. Once it pulls back, I therefore now take that entry and then sell along. Hence, you can see this good sell did hit my take profit one. Now, where did I see this zone now? So you want zones within a zone. That's good for smart money trading. Where if I can plot everything right here, as you can see, when the market reacted off that bigger supply, it sold, breaking the last higher low of the market, as you can see. Okay, giving us a change of character. Although I didn't put all of this bearings on my end, we can also have this as the last structure that was broken. Okay. In fact, we can just stretch it across because it was on the same level. The market broke it, and of course, displaced the market over here. When it pulled back, this was the entry that we took over here on the supply. So we had the small supply over here. I did actually stretch it across. And then one more mistake, somebody say, oh, I get late entries. When it comes to late entries, you must figure out why you were to take that late entry. Look at my entry right here. It's not all the way here at the 50% of that zone, right? It's just right at the bottom. Why did I take this entry? Now I teach you in my Forex approach checklist that you should have candlesticks as confirmation of entry. Rejection candlesticks, candlesticks that affirm that a market is going in a direction. In this case, we had a nice engulfing candle. Apart from it rejecting off that zone with some nice hanging man candle over there, we had a hanging man candle. And of course, through that, we had a bearish engulfing candle. That gave me confirmation, even though I was late for this entry, it gave me confirmation that, aha, I can actually take this entry. And as you can see, we took this entry, we barely went into a loss over here. And when it went on now, it started playing around. Now, this is where I talk about the importance of setting a stop loss. Now, this is the zone. I marked my stop loss just above the other zone here, the other 50% of the zone. Now, imagine as the market had flowed, I was very confident. Many of you have found yourself in this regard. You're anti-traders and profits. You leave the market. You're quite confident about your own setup, your own trading strategy, and you come back and the market has stopped you out. So if I put it just literally, look at this. I would have put it just like as I've put it just above the 50%. I would have put it something like this. So as the market was in profit and I left it, I was busy with other stuff that I have to do. The market went back into this supply just to retest it furthermore. And then, tanked all the way down to my take profit. So some of you guys will say, well, I've entered the trades, it was in profit. When I came back, it hit my stop loss and went in my direction. Why is that? Why did it hit your stop loss? Because you had probably put your stop loss way too closely. So learn to what we call leave room for disappointment. I teach this within when it comes to risk management. Not that you're anticipating that the market will hit a stop loss, but that you're leaving room because many of us we trade fantasies. We go full margin on a trade because we see high probability, and doesn't mean that high probability trades won't misbehave, right? They can spike many times onto a zone and you stopped out and it goes into your direction. It's just that you leave room for disappointment, which means putting a stop loss in the right area to allow it to breathe. So I put it over here, just above that. I was willing to accept that if the market were to come back into these areas, and of course, it did come back into that area eventually after hitting my first take profit. And I came out of this trade once it hit this point, okay, and I was just out of break even because once I hit a take profit, I usually just put a break even and it just hits me or kicks me out on break even. So I was targeting almost the 1:3 over here. I was targeting this lows. So here I didn't put it on a 1:3 or anything. I was just targeting structure. This was the last higher low that we also saw on the H1, and therefore that was what I was targeting on this trade. I will probably take a re-entry once I have more confirmation, But this is just what I wanted to teach you. And look at this. This is the importance of multiple take profits in this case. Imagine if I just set it right here, forgot it. I would have survived the first stop loss hunt, and the market could have, tanked all the way down into further more profits. When I came back, it would have stopped me out. Can you see that? So allowing yourself, especially if you're going to execute at least multiple trades or you're going to take partial profits whenever the market hits your take profit, do that. Take partial profits, protect the rest of your capital. Okay? It's better to say I've made $1 from this trade rather to make minus dollars from this trade, right? It's always better to have made profit. And not every single day is a trading day. So some days are not going to be your best days. It is what it means to be a trader, right? You don't have consistent overflow of profits coming in to give you income. So there and there, you just gotta take break evens, partial take profits. Sometimes you take losses. It's not always where we win. But in this regard, we bless the Lord Jesus that we actually won this trade. And I am able to really teach it from you. Even from my losses, I will get to teach you. So what I want you to take from this video, that I want you to write down somewhere in your trading journal as you're learning from a trader who's been in the industry for 8 years now. And some of these things that I teach in this video, I mastered them the hard way, right? I didn't learn from anybody, which really made it harder. If I had had a mentor, I couldn't afford a mentor, by the way. So if I'd had a mentor who would guide me, probably I would have learned from his mistakes. I have had some great people in mind myself, right? But you don't have to go through that. Through the YouTube channel, when we started trading, there were not many YouTube channels like this one where people just out of their daily trades, they get to teach you. So you can still be my student by watching this video. You can still upgrade your studentship by actually enrolling in our advanced trading course or getting just a very small, costly, a thing that's going to help you day by day, which is our Forex approach checklist. And again, if you're interested in that, do DM us on our WhatsApp. We'll put the link in the description of this video or in the comment section, and you can contact us and we will prepare it for you. Okay, we can also make it tailor-made if you want to. That's how much we really want to cater for you on this channel. As I said, it will cost you as much as you would buy a McDonald's meal. So very quite costly or inexpensive, if I may put it like that. But otherwise, I want you to take from this video what just as I taught you. In this case, we didn't really follow the trend as much. I was just looking at the market, retesting a certain level that I've been looking at on the daily, and it's exactly doing that right now. Okay, but that's it for today on this second episode. I will see you on the third episode. Please do subscribe to this kind of content if you really enjoy being mentored like this with realistic trade setups. I did actually take this, I will just put it right now. Some of you guys, I can see you commenting and say, well, you didn't show us the proof of trade. I did give a signal of this and I did also take it. Just check it out. I'll put a screenshot over here. And as you can see, that's about it, guys. Okay, I'll see you on the next episode. God bless you. This is Skilled FX Academy.